What's up, guys? I just wanted to address something that I think is just fascinating and weird. But I got into a wormhole about the pyramids. Pretty common war grounds for conspiracy theorists and like people who know what happened. There's like a set way we were taught about it in school. It was the Egyptians. They used slaves. I guess like recent discoveries have found out that it wasn't slaves. But when I went to school, it was believed that those were slaves, all right, that built these pyramids. But I've been thinking about like, why would you build something like that? It's incredible. Like, the stones are cut like so exact so that they fit together. They weigh more than like our modern cranes would struggle piling these things. Like, I think the first part of this idea that I'm having is that you're gonna think about this like to the core. What it is, what's the nature of it? How did they build the pyramids? We don't really know. We can't really agree, but there's a lot of different groups of people that are claiming different things. So you have academia, and these are people that go in and explore, and Egyptologists who like study ancient Egypt. They're That's kind of what I learned in high school, like who had all the answers to these questions. Um, because it came from academia and schools, an academic institution. But how often do they lie to you? How often do they, and I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like how many things were we taught of as like fact and then it gets like misconstrued, or like there's a new discovery, or like you have to be changing, you have to be critical. All right, and that's good education, is to be critical. All right, excuse me, I'm pretty well educated, but um, I'm very skeptical of academia. And when they tell me this, like an Egyptologist is the governing um, study who's going to put this stuff in the textbook to teach you. But an Egyptologist, in their best interest, it would be ancient Egypt. All right, so I've heard three different conspiracy theories, and I'll call them that because I don't think that they're really true. One is that the people that built the pyramids were not Egyptian, they were from Atlantis. So Atlantis sank, and it was like hugely technologically, like, I don't know. I haven't studied Atlantis a lot, but apparently it was this place that was very technologically advanced. Think like Star Wars, how it happened like thousands of years ago, but they're on flying machines and they go through space and stuff. It was like that. Like Atlantis was like, the other conspiracy is that it's aliens. And then another conspiracy was that it was Jewish people that built them. That is incredible. Like that last one to me, that's an incredible idea. You know why? Because don't get me wrong, I think the Bible talks about this. I'm gonna reread the Bible and like talk about like the Bible's outlining of history. Okay, but the Bible says that the Israelites were slaves to the Egyptians, like the Egyptians enslaved them. And this is the story of Moses, which leads me, okay, this is where it gets crazy, okay? So like, I'm not going to say if any of those are right. I don't like to like spout conspiracies. I only like the truth, okay? But an Egyptologist who builds the curriculum for academia thinks that it was Egypt. The Jewish people think that it was Jewish people, or maybe Jewish people want to believe this story that's in their Bible. You know what I mean? So it's not really like a conspiracy. But what is a conspiracy? It's just a belief system. So like they believe that it's in their book. I'm not going to say whether they're right or wrong. And then the last one, oh, aliens. I don't know. I don't get into aliens. Need more evidence. That's really all it comes down to. I'm trying to eat these pistachios and like talk your ear off. Okay, but as I'm in this wormhole about the pyramids, thinking of how fucking impossible and how an incredible feat this is, I've recognized that since I went to high school and taught that it was slaves that built them, there's new studies coming out, or new people. This is actually becoming the consensus, is that it was not slaves, it was skilled workers. And then I kind of think of like human drive, or like these belief systems. So all three of these are beliefs, aliens, Jewish people, whatever it is, Egyptians. It's three. I don't know. It's like three ideas that are built on cultures. All right, like Egyptian culture. Aren't you proud to be Egyptian? Aren't you proud of your heritage? And you've been here for thousands and thousands of years, and like your grandpa's grandpa's grandpa has inhabited this, and this and that. Same thing if you're like Israeli, all right? Israelite, or Jewish, maybe in heritage, maybe in religion, maybe it's more of the heritage, but you believe that you are God's people. You are the people that they're talking about, that were enslaved in this Bible, that were all like, I don't know. So, I don't know. So you might be saying that. But they're all like, they're rooted in culture and beliefs, and they follow these things, and they have traditional dresses, or dress wear, or just whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. But it's the same idea of like being in a culture to build the pyramids. If like, okay, could you have that many slaves? Could you have that many people that were like very distraught, like suffering at your hands? How many of those would you need to build a structure like this? And I believe it took 20 years. Can you control that many people and make them work for free because they're slaves, and not rebel against you? Maybe like be in chains or something. You got to feed them. These people are pulling rocks all day. This is hard work. I don't know. Maybe you did have that many slaves. How could you utter that much control? Now, I've heard this other theory that like the people that built the pyramid would have like a 3-month obligation, and it was like almost like a military service or something like that. But if your culture, if your like group of people was set up to where, and I'm talking about you, America, but if it was set up to where maybe you have like something where you could all like, it's the driving force. So like, we're gonna build this giant pyramid, and they're gonna remember us for thousands of years. Okay, that's what I'm saying, is I'm the president, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, America. This is how I would do it. You're going to get put up. We're going to give you housing. We're going to give you a shit ton of money. If you got rent, we'll pay it. All right? But you're going to give us 3 months out of the year. You're going to have 4 shifts nationwide, and we're all going to be working on this thing. What are we doing? We're building a pyramid to the heavens. That's what we're doing. Okay? And I know you might not agree with it, but I think it would be really amazing to show how far we've come. And it would be something to, I don't know, bring us all together. We all have our different cultures. We all have our different religions. We all have our different belief systems. But if we believe that we could give 3 months of our time, I'll put you up, I'll pay you, I'll feed you. You're gonna eat good. You're gonna get 3 meals a day, dude. We'll give you protein powder. Like, what do you want? What do you want, dude? We're going to get some exercise, because we'll be pulling like tons and tons of blocks. Like, we're going to like, it's going to be like incredible. All right. And then what are you doing? You're at the time, if you want to make more money, you want to work somewhere else, we're going to have protection so that your job can't fire you. They should have a rotation too, wherever you're working. It's important, and you should do that. But it's not as important as this. 3 months of your time. 1 year. Okay, that's how you get people to build a structure like a pyramid. All right? Yeah, it'd be cool to have slaves and be the dictator and say what I say goes and stuff like that. But are people going to be like, okay, yeah, we worship you, go ahead? They might, because they do. But I don't know. I don't think that's how to do things. So that's what each of these 3 theories are. It's one belief system that's tying everyone together as long as you follow these rules. And then the rest of it is just, I don't know, do whatever the fuck you want. But we gotta come together. We need a new cult. I don't know. Is that what I'm saying? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if I want the truth, who built the pyramids? Who you ask? Who do you know? Does it matter? I'm so curious. I'd love to know. Let me know your Egyptology, whatever.